Hello friends, hope you are studying hard. Hope you have seen my previous lecture, that is motor nuclei of cranial nerves. In my previous lecture, we have seen all the motor nuclei. Quickly I am going to revise. This is general somatic efferent, 12th cranial nerve, 6th cranial nerve nuclei, 4th cranial nerve nuclei and third cranial nerve nuclei. They are pure motor in nature and it gives supplies to voluntary muscles of the tongue and the eyeball. So they are situated in the middle part. Then second is general visceral efferent, which gives supply to all the organs of our body like lungs, heart and the abdominal part. So this is dorsal nucleus of vagus. This is inferior salivatory nucleus, superior salivatory nucleus, which is also called as lacrimetal nucleus. And the one point that I forgot in my previous lecture is the one nuclei which is called as Edinger-Westphal nuclei, which is situated near to the third cranial nerve. As it is so near to the third cranial nerve, this whole nuclei we consider as a one. The one part of nuclei is Edinger-Westphal nuclei and the another part is motor nuclei of third cranial nerve. Now what is the function of Edinger-Westphal nuclei? As it is the general visceral efferent, it also gives supply to the parasympathetic chain. So this whole chain act as a parasympathetic chain. Okay, so directly this Edinger-Westphal nuclei gives its fibers to the motor nuclei of third cranial nerve and it gives fibers to the pupil. So it is responsible for the pupillary activity. And third is special visceral efferent. Okay, so this is ambiguous nucleus, motor nucleus of 7th cranial nerve, and this is motor nucleus of 5th cranial nerve. It supplies muscle of mastications, it supplies muscles of face, okay, and it is larynx and the pharynx. So this is all about the motor nuclei. We will continue with the sensory nuclei. We will discuss the sensory nuclei of cranial nerve in brainstem. So all of you know the motor nuclei is situated in the middle part and the sensory nuclei are situated most laterally. Just like motor nuclei, the sensory nuclei are also having two types of fiber: general somatic efferent fibers and general visceral efferent fibers. They are situated in spinal cord as well as in brainstem. But as I said, there are also some special type of sensation situated in head and neck. So they must be special visceral efferent and the special visceral efferent and special somatic efferent. So we'll see the situation of sensory cranial nerve in cranial nerve nuclei in brainstem. So in my previous lecture we have seen the situation of motor nuclei. Now the situation of sensory nuclei. So most laterally situated nuclei. So these nuclei are general somatic efferent. General somatic efferent. Why general somatic efferent? Because they carry the common sensation like pain, temperature and touch. So these are the common sensation. They are situated in all our body. So they are general somatic efferent. Okay. But before going into that, I would like to tell you the information about this special type of nuclei which is situated between this. Okay, there is one special type of nuclei which is situated between this, between general visceral efferent and general somatic efferent. So they are different type of nuclei because the structure of those nuclei are very different. Okay. So these nuclei are situated over here. Okay, these nuclei are situated here. Okay, and these nuclei are having two parts, or this nuclei is divided into two parts. Okay, the middle portion of this nuclei is general visceral efferent. We have seen general somatic efferent. Here is general visceral efferent. Same like that, general visceral efferent. Okay, so This is the special type of nuclei which is situated between this. Okay, it is divided into two parts. The middle part of this nuclei is general, visceral, afferent nuclei. Now, what is the function of general, visceral, afferent nuclei? We have seen these three nuclei. What is the name of this nuclei? Dorsal nucleus of vagus. And this nuclei, this all nuclei, inferior salivatory, superior salivatory, these are parasympathetic efferent fibers going to the organs of our body, like in lungs, heart, and the abdominal part. So this fiber are going to the viscera. Okay, same like the viscera is having also sensory fiber. The viscera are having sensory fibers as well as the motor fiber. So these are the motor fiber going to the viscera. Okay, motor fiber of viscera are this, but some sensory fiber are also coming to the nuclei which is situated in brainstem. They are afferent fiber, as these fibers are coming from the all over of the viscera of our body. That is why they are called as a general. Viscera, they are coming from the viscera, so that are visceral fiber, and afferent because they are coming from peripheral to the central. So this part is general, visceral, afferent fiber. Just like for an example, the distension of uterus. Okay, the sense of distension of the uterus, it will coming from peripheral to the central. Okay, so this type of fiber are general, somatic, afferent. So this is the nuclei which is called as general, visceral, afferent, and this is the nuclei general, visceral, efferent. This is motor and this is sensory. They give motor fiber and they receive sensory fiber. Okay, now as I said, this nucleus is divided into two, the medial portion and the lateral portion. So the name of the lateral portion is special visceral afferent. Special visceral afferent. Okay, now we have seen general somatic afferent, general visceral afferent, as the head and neck is also having some special type of sensation. Okay, so that special type of sensation is controlled by general visceral afferent. Now, as this nucleus is having two parts, but they are one nuclei. They act as a one nuclei. This both nuclei are having two parts. Okay, but functionally the functions are different of this part, but the nuclei act as a one. So what is the name of this nuclei? The name of this nuclei is nucleus of Tractus solitaris. Nucleus of Tractus solitaris. Why the name has been given like this? Because there is one solitary fibers going from this nuclei, solitary tract, which is going from this nuclei and coming back to this nuclei, and this tract is solitary tract. That is why the name has been given for this nuclei is Tractus solitaris nuclei, and this Tractus solitaris nuclei are having two parts, the general visceral afferent and the somatic visceral afferent. Now what is the function of somatic visceral afferent? The head and neck has special type of sensation which is not present in upper limb and lower limb, and that special sensation is sensation of taste. Okay, that sensation is sensation of taste, which is present in our tongue. So look here, this is tongue. Okay, this is the image of tongue. So you know there are mainly three cranial nerves, 7th, 9th and 10th. These three cranial nerves are responsible to carry the taste sensation. This all three cranial are mixed in nature. 7th sensory portion of 7 supply. This is the anterior 2/3 of tongue. 2/3 of tongue. Okay, so this portion is supplied by 7th cranial nerve. This is posterior 1/3 of tongue, and this is the most posterior part of tongue. So this posterior 1/3 is supplied by 9th cranial nerve, and the most posterior portion is supplied by 10th cranial nerve. Okay, anterior 2/3 is supplied by 7th, the posterior 1/3 is supplied by 9th, and the most posterior portion is supplied by 10th cranial nerve. So these cranial nerves are carry the sensation from the tongue, and they are going to the nucleus of tractus solitarius, or else I can say this all three cranial nerves are attached with this part of nucleus of tractus solitarius, which is mainly responsible for the taste sensation, and that taste sensation is not present in upper limb and lower limb. As I said, if you put ice cream on your hand, you cannot sense the taste of that ice cream. You have to put it inside your mouth. Fine. So this is all about this nucleus. Now we have seen general somatic afferent, general visceral afferent, special visceral afferent, but head and neck also having special somatic afferent sensation. Special somatic afferent sensation. And can anyone tell me the special which special somatic afferent sensation is present in head and neck? It is sense of balance and sense of hearing, which is carried by 8th cranial nerve. 8th cranial nerve is vestibulocochlear nerve, and the vestibular part of 8th cranial nerve is responsible for balance, and the cochlear part is responsible for the hearing. Okay, and they are attached with the inner portion. You know, in inner ear there is semicircular canal, and in semicircular canal there are vestibular organ. Okay, so they are connected with the 8th cranial nerve, and they are responsible for the sense of balance and sense of hearing. Okay, so those type of cranial nerves are called as special somatic afferent. So they are situated here. Okay, here vestibular part of 8th cranial nerve. Okay, and they are divided into, this is superficial, superior part, inferior, okay, lateral and medial. Okay, these are the nuclei of vestibular. Here again superior nuclei, inferior, okay, medial and the lateral. So these are the vestibular part of cranial nerve, and the cochlear part, which is responsible for hearing. So you know from here, what is this? Inferior cerebellar peduncle. Here also inferior cerebellar peduncle, which connects with the cerebellum. So from the upper part of inferior cerebellar peduncle, this is the superior cochlear nuclei, and this is inferior cochlear nuclei. Again here superior cochlear nuclei and inferior cochlear nuclei. So these are the cochlear nuclei, which is responsible for the hearing. Okay, so we have seen this is nucleus of tractus solitarius, divides into two parts. The inner part, the middle part is general visceral afferent, which receives the sensory fibers from the viscera of our body. Lateral to it, special visceral afferent, which is responsible for taste sensation. So 7th cranial nerve, this is the motor nuclei of 7th cranial nerve, and this is attached with it sensory part. Okay, similarly 10th and 9th sensory part is attached with the, this is 9th and 10th sensory part is attached with special visceral afferent. And there are also special somatic afferent. Okay, 8th cranial nerve, vestibulocochlear nerve, this is the vestibular part and this is the cochlear part. Now these nuclei are not extending upwardly. Okay, they are not going upwardly like this nuclei. You know, this motor nuclei are extending upwardly, but this nuclei do not extend upwardly. Fine, but there is one common nuclei, that is general somatic afferent, and this general somatic afferent is responsible for the general sensation like pain, pressure and temperature. So can anyone tell me which cranial nerve is responsible for the pain, temperature and the fine touch sensation of the face, head and neck? It is fifth cranial nerve, that is trigeminal nerve. Okay, trigeminal is a mixed nerve. It has two parts, sensory as well as the motor. We have seen the motor part, it gives supply to the muscles of mastication, and sensory part is responsible for all the superficial sensation of face or head and neck. Okay, so there is one big nuclei, okay, situated in pons. Okay, so this nuclei is called as pontine nuclei. Okay, which this is the pontine nuclei. This is the sensory part of fifth cranial nerve, and this one is the motor part of fifth cranial nerve. As you all know, fifth cranial nerve is attached with the pons. So from the pontine nuclei, the sensory root fiber will go outside. It will attach with one ganglion. This is trigeminal ganglion. This is trigeminal ganglion. Okay, this is the pontine part from which the sensory root of trigeminal will coming out. It will attach with one ganglion, and this ganglion is trigeminal ganglion. Now this ganglion are having three fibers, one branch, second branch and the third branch. Okay, so this first branch is ophthalmic branch, this is maxillary branch and this is mandibular branch. So this trigeminal is having three branches, one is ophthalmic, one is maxillary and one is mandibular. Now the most important concept of fifth cranial nerve. You know the fifth cranial nerve carries the pain, temperature, fine touch and proprioceptive sensation. Okay, so among this sensation, the fine touch sensation will be controlled by pontine nuclei. Okay, the fine, this is pontine nuclei, this is sensory fiber and motor fiber is coming from here. So among this, the fine touch will be controlled by this. Fine touch will be controlled by the pontine nuclei. Fine touch. Okay, now these nuclei are extending to midbrain. This nuclei will be extend into the midbrain. So the name of this nuclei is mesencephalic nuclei. The nuclei which is extending from pontine nuclei and it is going to the midbrain. So this nuclei is called as mesencephalic nuclei. So the proprioceptory function of trigeminal nerve is controlled by this nuclei. Okay, so few fibers are also going to mesencephalic nuclei and they are responsible for proprioception. Clear? Pontine nuclei from which sensory nuclei arise. Okay, it will go to the trigeminal ganglion and trigeminal ganglion has three branches, ophthalmic, maxillary and the mandibular. This is responsible for fine touch. This nuclei is extending to the midbrain and this nuclei is called as mesencephalic nuclei. Now very important is this nuclei is also extending or going downward up to the level of upper cervical region. Okay, so this nuclei will extending. Can you see, this is the trigeminal nuclei extending downward and it will go up to the upper part of cervical region, same like here. Okay, this nuclei will go up to the upper part of cervical region. So what is the name of this nuclei? Spinal nucleus of trigeminal. It is spinal nucleus of trigeminal. So we have seen the nuclei which is situated in pons is pontine nuclei. This nuclei will extend upward and it will go to the midbrain. That nuclei is called as mesencephalic nuclei, and this nuclei will extend up to the level of upper cervical region. It is going downward, okay, and this long nuclei is called as spinal nucleus of trigeminal, and this nuclei is responsible for pain and temperature. Okay, pain and temperature. So these are the general sensation. Okay, that is why it is attached with this general somatic afferent. Okay, fine. So this pontine nuclei is responsible for fine touch, mesencephalic nuclei is responsible for proprioception, and this nucleus is this spinal nucleus of trigeminal is responsible for pain and temperature sensation. I would like to show you this diagram in lateral view of midbrain. Okay, so okay, this is midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Now you know what is this. This is pontine nuclei. Okay, from pontine nuclei sensory root, this is root. Okay, it will go to one ganglion. What is the name of this ganglion? Trigeminal ganglion. From the trigeminal ganglion, three branches arise: ophthalmic, then mandible and maxillary. Okay, now from here one nuclei is extending upwardly, which is mesencephalic, and one nuclei will going downwardly. So this is called as spinal nucleus of trigeminal. Okay, now this is responsible for proprioception, this is for fine touch, and this is for pain and temperature. Okay, and along with that, just behind there is the motor nuclei of fifth cranial nerve. You can see the motor nuclei of fifth cranial nerve. Now there are some ascending tracts, second order neuron, which are passing from here. Okay, there are some ascending tract passing from here. Okay, this tract carries all this sensation, pain, temperature, fine touch and proprioception to the higher center. Okay, so this tract which are passing from here are also called as trigeminal tract. Okay, so we have seen trigeminal ganglion, sensory root of trigeminal, pontine nuclei of trigeminal, mesencephalic nuclei of trigeminal, spinal nucleus of trigeminal, and the tract which carries all this sensation to the higher center are called as trigeminal tract. So guys, this is all about the sensory nuclei. Okay, general visceral afferent which receives sensation from the viscera. So special visceral afferent which is responsible for the tongue. The anterior two-third of tongue is controlled by the 7th cranial nerve. The posterior 1/3 of tongue is controlled by 9th cranial nerve, and the most posterior part of tongue is controlled by 10th cranial nerve. So all three cranial nerves carries this sensation from the tongue, and they are attached with the sensory visceral afferent, and this nucleus is called as nucleus of tractus solitarius. Just beside it there is some special somatic afferent nuclei, 8th cranial nerve nuclei, which has two parts, vestibular part and the cochlear part. The vestibular part is responsible for sense of balance and the cochlear part is responsible for the hearing. So this is the vestibular part. It has superior, inferior, medial and lateral nuclei, and the cochlear part, superior cochlear nuclei, inferior cochlear nuclei, which is situated just near to the inferior cerebellar peduncle. And then last is the sensory nuclei of 5th cranial nerve, which is responsible for the common sensation like pain, pressure, temperature. So this nucleus is general somatic efferent nuclei, pontine nuclei. The extension in midbrain is called as mesencephalic nuclei, and the extension in spinal cord is called as spinal nucleus of trigeminal. Now one of my student asked me that, ma'am, fifth cranial is attached in pons, but when we cut the brainstem at medulla, pons and midbrain, we can find the fifth cranial nuclei in all of the level of brainstem. Why is it so? So I hope you got the answer, because fifth cranial nerve is attached. It is passing from or coming from the pons. Though it is coming from the pons, the nuclei of fifth cranial nerve is situated in midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. So when we cut this brainstem at different level, in all the level you will find the nucleus of nucleus of trigeminal. Okay, so if the lesion is in this level, spinal cord level, so which sensation will be lost? Pain and temperature of face. If the lesion is at pontine level, which sensation will be lost? Fine touch sensation will be lost, but the pain and temperature sensation will remain intact. So we'll quickly revise the sensory nucleus in brainstem. So first is general somatic efferent, which carries the common sensation like pain, temperature, fine touch and proprioception. Fifth cranial nuclei, which is situated, it has three nuclei: mesencephalic, pontine and spinal nucleus of trigeminal. The mesencephalic is in midbrain, pontine is situated in pons, and spinal nucleus of trigeminal is extending up to the upper part of cervical region, and it is situated in medulla oblongata. Second, general visceral efferent. General is visceral efferent fiber. They receives fiber from the organ of our body like heart, lungs and abdominal parts. So it has two parts. The medial part is called as, this nucleus is called as nucleus of tractus solitarius, and the medial part of nucleus tractus solitarius is responsible for this activity, means it receives the fibers from the peripherum, and it is situated in medulla oblongata. The second part of tractus solitarius, or a lateral part of nucleus of tractus solitarius, is special visceral efferent. Special visceral efferent is its special type of sensation in our body, and it is responsible to carry the taste sensation. So you know the tongue, which carries the taste sensation, it is divided into three parts: anterior 2/3, posterior 1/3 and the most posterior part. Anterior 2/3 part, okay, which the taste from the anterior 2/3 part is being carried through the 7th cranial nerve. From the posterior 1/3 part, 9th cranial nerve carries the sensation, and from most posterior part of the tongue, 10th cranial nerve carries the sensation, and this nucleus is also situated in medulla oblongata. Third is special somatic efferent, which is responsible for the special sense of our body like sense of balance and sense of hearing. The 8th cranial nerve, that is vestibular cochlear nerve, is responsible for this sensation. It has two nuclei, vestibular nuclei and the cochlear nuclei. The vestibular nuclei is situated in pontomedullary junction, and the cochlear nuclei is situated in medulla oblongata. Vestibular nuclei is responsible for sense of balance sensation, and the cochlear nuclei is responsible for sense of hearing. So guys, this is all about the sensory nuclei of brainstem. I hope you understood about the motor as well as the sensory nuclei in brainstem. It is not so hard. If you are clear with your concept, you can remember this very easily. Hope you understood it. Happy learning. Thank you so much.